we've got some similar things, and but also looking at, for some of our sites, we've got very long-term hydrographs, 20 years or so, and you do get some remarkable spikes that happen that probably the vegetation doesn't actually respond to. So I must admit, I think in an earlier version I did calculate max and min levels for our sites, but we haven't even put them into our analysis this time because we thought they weren't going to have the explanatory power of some of these other more integrative ones. This is the spreadsheet that I drew up for one of our courses when we were teaching site managers how to interpret their dip well data.
Just thinking that species might tolerate two separate events of 3 or 4 days each, flooding events of 3 or 4 days in duration, but they might not tolerate a full week of flooding.
Yes, that is possible, and you're saying that some exceedance values could give you a. Some exceedance value is probably your best bet for distinguishing between those events. If I go back to this, that you mean if you'd had a little flood, well, it's not actually a flood, but a very shallow water table event there, and then it had dropped down to something less stressful, and then you'd popped up again. So you'd had 2 short events with a gap in the middle that I agree would probably be less stressful than a continuous 5-week duration. But I think if you actually drew that hydrograph, you'd find the sum of those 2 areas would probably be less than this one. So the sum exceedance method would probably pick up that fine distinction. Whilst the duration may not, and certainly the mean water table wouldn't reflect that sort of subtle difference. I go back to this one. So this was something we suggested to site managers who have dip well records, how to convert them to a duration value, because that's the simpler one to think about if they're going to do it themselves on a spreadsheet. So we're using data from one of our sites in Staffordshire here, which actually has automatic divers in there, so we've got 4-hourly measurements of water table depth, but it would work equally well if you just had one value per week. So what we've done is to calculate see where they are, the threshold depths